Hello, my dear students. Welcome once again to our online class. Today, in this class, we are going to discuss about reaction of metals and non-metals with acid. So, let us discuss it. So, let us discuss the reaction of metals and non-metals with acid with activity 4.6. Warning: keep the mouth of the test tube away from your face. Use test tube holder to hold the test tube. As you know, we are going to test with acids. So acids are dangerous, so we have to take care during this activity. Take the samples of metals and non-metals listed in table 4.5 in separate test tubes and label them and A, B, C, D, E and F. So you have to take 6 test tubes and label them A, B, C, D, E and F. And in test tube A, we have to take magnesium ribbon, in test tube B aluminum foil, in test tube C iron fillings, in test tube D copper peeled flexible wire, in test tube E charcoal powder, test tube F sulfur powder. Okay, then with the help of a dropper, add 5 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid to each of the test tube one by one. So as you know, dilute hydrochloric acid, that means hydrochloric acid plus water, that is called dilute hydrochloric acid. So with the help of a dropper, add 5 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid to each of the test tube one by one. Then observe the reaction carefully. If no reaction takes place, then in the cold solution, then warm the test tube gently. Bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of each test tube. Repeat the same activity using dilute sulfuric acid instead of dilute hydrochloric acid and record your observation in table 4.5. So students, what happened? The reaction of metals and non-metals with dilute hydrochloric acid and dilute sulfuric acid. Let us discuss the table 4.5. So in test tube A, we have taken magnesium. When we add dilute hydrochloric acid to magnesium, then we see at room temperature it reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to give hydrogen gas. And when we warm, rapid reaction takes place. Then in test tube B, we have taken aluminum, and as you know, aluminum is also a metal, and it reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid at room temperature to give out hydrogen gas. When we warm it, a rapid reaction takes place. In test tube C, we have taken iron fillings. It reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid at room temperature to give out hydrogen gas, and when we warm it, rapid reaction takes place. In test tube D, we have taken copper. You see, no reaction takes place when we add dilute hydrochloric acid to the test tube D. And when we warm it, then also we observe that no reaction takes place in test tube D. Then in test tube E, we have taken charcoal, the main component of charcoal, that is carbon, and carbon is a non-metal. So you see, no reaction takes place at room temperature. When we warm it, then also no reaction takes place. In test tube F, we have taken sulfur. As you know, sulfur is also a non-metal. At room temperature, dilute hydrochloric acid, no reaction takes place, and when we warm it, then also no reaction takes place. So this is all about reaction of metals and non-metals with dilute hydrochloric acid. Then let us discuss the reaction of metals and non-metals with dilute sulfuric acid. So in test tube A, we have taken magnesium. When we put 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in test tube A, we see that at room temperature it reacts and gives out hydrogen gas, and when we warm, a rapid reaction takes place. That means rapidly hydrogen gas releases. Then in test tube B, we see that it reacts with sulfuric acid at room temperature and gives out hydrogen gas, and when we warm it, we see that rapid reaction takes place. Then in test tube C, we see when we add 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in test tube C, at room temperature it reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to gives out hydrogen gas, and when we warm it, we see that rapid reaction takes place. In test tube D, we have taken copper, and in case of hydrochloric acid, we see that no reaction takes place. But in case of dilute sulfuric acid, you see copper react with dilute sulfuric acid at room temperature to gives out hydrogen gas, and when we warm it, rapid reaction takes place. Then in test tube E and F, we have taken charcoal and sulfur. As you know, charcoal and sulfur both are that non-metals. So at room temperature and when we warm both the cases, no reaction takes place with dilute sulfuric acid. So this is about the reaction of metals and non-metals in the with hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. So students, you have to fill the table and write it in your science copy. So from this activity, we conclude that metals generally they react with acids, but non-metals they do not react with acids. But exceptional case that copper that does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid even on heating, but it react with sulfuric acid. And hydrogen gas release, it releases with a sound. That means when we take a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube, it burns with a pop sound. Pop sound that indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. Then comes to next point, that is reaction with base. So let us discuss activity 4.7 to be demonstrated by the teacher. During the preparation of sodium hydroxide solution, care should be taken that pellets of sodium hydroxide are handled with plastic spatula. So prepare a fresh solution of sodium hydroxide in a test tube by dissolving 3 to 4 pellets of it in 5 ml of water. Drop a piece of aluminium foil into it, bringing a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube and observe carefully. So as you know, sodium is very reactive, so you have to take care while handling with sodium. So what do you observe? The burning matchstick, it burns with a sound pop, and we have already discussed about the pop sound. That pop sound indicates the presence of hydrogen gas. So from this activity, we conclude that metals react with sodium hydroxide solution which is a base, and it produces hydrogen gas. And reaction of non-metals with base that are complex, you have to we have that means reaction of base you will discuss about in your higher classes. So students, this is all about reaction of metals and non-metals with acid and base. In our next class, we will discuss about displacement reaction. So that's all for today. Thank you.